What if I told you that a simple book created in a few hours could start making you hundreds, even thousands of dollars a month on Amazon, with zero inventory and no publishing experience? Welcome to the world of Amazon KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. It's a free platform that lets you publish your own books and earn royalties without touching a single printed copy, okay? Amazon handles the printing, shipping, and delivery. Your only job here on Amazon, right, is to upload your book. While you focus on creating, it's that simple. Now the question should be, what types of books should you create? Well, there are 3 types of books that actually sell, or rather, create, and let's break them down. First up is low-content books, things like journals, planners, and notebooks. Super easy to create, right? But here's the catch, everyone's doing it. So while they're simple to make, standing out and making serious money can be a bit of a grind, okay? Then you've got medium content books. Think coloring books, activity books, puzzles, and that kind of thing, right? They take a bit more effort, but way less competition and much better profit. Totally worth it, okay? And finally, there are high-content books. We're talking how-to guides, self-help, novels, both fiction and non-fiction. These definitely take more time and creativity to put together, but they're also harder for others to copy, okay? Less competition plus more value equals more profit. So if you're just getting into this whole make money online with books space, I'd say start with medium to high-content books. But hey, don't count out low-content ones either, okay? With the right idea and a touch of creative twist, you can absolutely stand out in any category. For example, let's take a quick look at a few real-world books to see how this all plays out, okay? We've got a low-content book, a planner titled 2025 Planner, Planner 2025 from January 2025 to December 2025 with 12 monthly tabs. Pretty straightforward, right? It's basically a lined planner journal, nothing fancy. But here's the cool part. The listing is only a few months old and it's already bringing in daily royalties. Not bad at all for something that probably took just a few hours to put together, right? Now let's move on to a medium content example, a coloring book. This one dropped last year and already has over 1,500 ratings. The designs are simple, the concept is solid, and it clearly hit the mark with buyers, right? Proof that you don't need to reinvent the wheel, just offer something fun, useful, or a little different, okay? And finally, check this out, a cookbook. It launched just a week ago, and it's already climbing the Amazon charts. That's the magic of high-content books. Not only are they harder for others to replicate, but they also command higher prices. This one, it's selling for $42.99 a copy, and people are buying. That's the power of offering real value, okay? Now, see what I mean? Whether it's low, medium, or high content, there's room to succeed. But the more value you pack in, the more you can charge, and the more your work stands out, okay? Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds cool, but doesn't this stuff take forever to create? Totally fair question. Well, not anymore, okay? With AI tools today, you can create a full book in hours instead of weeks. Whether it's a planner, a coloring book, or even a high-content guide, you can build it out fast. And of course, with the right tools, you can replicate the structure and style of top-performing books pretty easily. Not to copy, just to learn from what's working and put your own spin on it, okay? I decided to test it out myself. In under 10 minutes, I had a full set of designs that looked just like the ones bringing in thousands. Same vibe, totally different concept. It was quick, fun, and honestly kind of wild how fast it came together. But that's just the beginning, because things are about to get even more exciting as we go deeper into the video. And trust me, you're gonna want to stick around for what's next, okay? So let's talk strategy. Now that you've got a basic understanding of how Amazon KDP works, it's time to get into the most crucial part, finding winning product ideas. And I'll show you 2 methods. One is paid and the other is free, okay? First up is the paid method using a tool called BookBolt. This is honestly one of my go-to tools, because it lets you spy on newly published books that are already selling and books that are actually making money, right? That way, you're not guessing what works. You're seeing it firsthand, okay? Once you're logged in, you'll get access to a bunch of features, but the one I'm hooked on is the one I call it the niche finder. And here's how to use it. Head over to the cloud section once you are logged in. You'll see some filters. This is where it all happens. I usually just pick a preset from the drop-down to make things easier. You can search for top sellers or even better, new books that are already doing well. Set the max results to 100 so you get a solid batch to explore. Now you can also narrow things down based on the book type, journals, planners, notebooks, coloring books, whatever you're into. Okay? Say we pick coloring books and boom, a whole list appears showing newly released listings and listings that are already crushing it. Under each book, you'll see details like monthly sales, estimated royalties, selling price, and all of that, okay? From there, just start opening the listings on Amazon. Look into the details, like how many pages they have, what kind of designs they're using, the cover style, the vibe, and all of that. If something catches your eye, save it to your ideas list or add it to your BookBolt favorites. And just like that, you've got a list of proven ideas you can model and improve on for your own KDP business. No more guessing, just smart strategy, okay? Now moving on to the free method for finding products. If you're on a budget or just love free stuff like I do, I'm going to show you what I like to call the space and alphabet search. Basically, type in your niche or product idea and then press the space bar, okay? This helps you narrow down your idea and find sub-niches with less competition. So instead of just typing coloring books, you'll start seeing more specific suggestions like you see keywords like coloring books for kids, adults, toddlers, and so on. These are real keywords that people are actively searching for. Since it's currently the Easter period, for example, people have also searched for coloring book Easter. You get the point, right? Try typing your keyword and then adding letters of the alphabet one by one, A to Z. This reveals even more keyword suggestions that real buyers are looking for. Let's take coloring book as an example. It has around 70,000 results, but if we niche down and choose something like coloring books for adults, the results drop to about 60,000. You can keep going further. If you hit space again, you'll get suggestions like coloring books for adults relaxation, adults and teens, animals, fantasy and all. Let's say we choose something like adult relaxation Disney. You'll see the competition drop even more, down to just 1,000 results. So once you start niching down, say from just coloring books to coloring books for adults, and then to coloring books for adults with anxiety, you'll notice something important. The number of results keeps dropping, okay? Just like this. And that's exactly what we want, right? Good. Now remember, the lower the BSR, which is best sellers rank, the more people are buying that product, okay? Lower competition also means it's easier for your book to rank on the first page, and that's where the money is. Now, the main benefit of using the space and alphabet search is that it lets you see which books are actively ranking or selling under those keywords. For example, if you choose adult and teens and scroll down, these are the book ranking for the keyword, and you'll notice that many of the books have adult and teens in their titles, right? That's your clue. You want to play smart and model what these successful books are doing, okay? Now, if you look closely, you'll notice something interesting. Many of these bestseller authors are doing the exact same thing. Same coloring book theme, same style of book cover, everything. Here's the thing. Getting ahead doesn't mean reinventing the wheel. It means leveraging what's already working, right? So once you've locked in an idea or found a book you want to model, it's time to bring your version to life. There are actually two main ways to do this, but I'll focus on the second method a bit later because it's a more unique and honestly way cooler approach, okay? And I'll walk you through it before the end of the tutorial. Now, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the top-ranking books for this keyword are clearly inspired by one original book. I believe this guy was the first to do it, okay? I can't say that with 100% certainty, but if you look at the publishing date, the cover design, and the interior layout, they all point back to him. So, what are we doing? We're going to replicate the winning parts of these books, but with our own creative twist, okay? And with ChatGPT4o on our side, this whole process becomes so much easier. This newest model of ChatGPT is a total game changer for business owners and creators alike. But here is the first step, which is very crucial. You want to study your competitors, break down what they're doing, how many pages their book has, the type of illustrations they use, and most importantly, what buyers are loving or complaining about in the reviews, okay? That feedback is gold. For instance, if people are complaining about the lack of spacing between coloring elements, that's your cue to make sure your book includes generous spacing. You get the point, right? And you'll find these little insights in the customer reviews. Keep that in mind as we move forward. Now go to the book you want to model, take a screenshot of the pages you want to reference, or better still, click on Read Sample, then right-click and save the images you need, cover and interior. Next, open up ChatGPT. This works with any plan, even the free one, okay? So let's turn those images or inspiration into something you truly own. All right, now go ahead and upload the image you saved earlier. Once that's done, use this prompt. Kindly recreate this book cover to be unique and give it a similar title. Aspect ratio is 8 by 11 pixel. Then let's wait for it to do its thing. And there it is. You can see how the new image closely resembles the original, right? I love that the AI also gave it a fresh new title, Cuddly Friends, Cute and Cozy Coloring Book. So adorable. I even asked for another version in the same style, and as you can see, the AI did an amazing job again. It's impressive, right? Now here's something I noticed. When you use the word recreate, the result tends to be really close to the original design, almost too close, and that might not be ideal if you're aiming for something that stands out, right? But don't worry, there's a simple fix. You can take things further by editing the image using the Edit feature, which lets you remove or regenerate specific parts of the design you don't want, okay? It's super handy. Alternatively, instead of using recreate, try this prompt. Redesign. That small change makes a big difference. The AI gives you a more unique and original version. And here it is. How beautiful is that? I love how fresh the design looks. And the new title, totally eye-catching. This is one of the things I love about ChatGPT 4.0. It's trained on tons of data, so it really understands what's trending and what's performing well, especially for platforms like Amazon KDP, okay? Now, you can even ask ChatGPT to tweak details like changing the background color, which I just did. Not sure if this exact color is the best choice, but you get the idea, right? Just remember, what we've created here is only the front cover. You'll also need a back cover to complete the design. Did you see that back cover style ChatGPT came up with? I mean, what? It's wild, especially considering we didn't even feed it any reference images, right? And yet it nailed that clean, professional look you usually see on top-selling books on Amazon KDP. No weird typography issues. The image choices are on point, and it actually ties in really well with the front cover, right? I'm honestly kind of blown away right now. I'm definitely tripping over how good this 4.0 model is. I would love to hear from you. Please drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about this? When it comes to creating the interior, it's super easy. Just upload a sample or reference page and use this prompt to generate your own version. Look at this one. Gorgeous, right? The line art is so detailed. I also went ahead and made more pages in the Cozy Cat Adventures at Home scene, since we're working on a cat-themed coloring book, okay? To keep everything simple for you, I've put together a Google Drive folder with all the prompts I used in this modeling method, plus bonus prompts to help you create unique covers and interiors. No reference images needed, okay? Once you've gathered all your materials, the next step is to head over to canva.com. It's totally free, by the way. Now let's make it look like a real book. First up, the interior design, the pages we generated earlier. Once you're in Canva, right in this interface, hit Create a Design and choose Custom Size. Make sure you switch from pixels to inches and enter our go-to dimensions, 8.5 by 11 inches, okay? And boom, you've got a clean canvas ready to work on. Now use the Upload button and upload all the interior pages we generated and drop them in. Using the element feature, I like to add a nice border around each page using the shapes element. It gives everything a more polished, cohesive look. Now, pay close attention to this next step because it's super important, okay? To make sure your book passes Amazon's quality check, you'll need to work with that KDP book calculator. Again, the link's in the description box. Choose the book settings like I did, except for page count, then download the template it gives you. Unzip it, and this is what the template looks like. Upload it into Canva, okay? Now, start your interior design by clicking on the interior page to have it here, then adjust it to fit. Overlay half the template right on top of your design and make sure nothing crosses those pink lines. That's your trim zone, and trust me, you don't want any text or design getting chopped off. Once that's in place, I just duplicate the page to speed things up and keep everything consistent, okay? I'll go ahead and place the images off camera just to keep things moving. And just like that, you've got something that looks really good. Once your interior is ready, just hit share and download it as a PDF print. That's the format KDP requires. If this tutorial's been helpful so far, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel and lets me know you're getting value. Next up, the book cover. Make sure you're using the exact same dimensions. If you picked a different page count, your cover size might be a bit different than mine, so adjust accordingly. Now place both the front and back cover side by side and stretch them to fit the template. Just like this. Simple, right? You can even tweak the cover design directly in Canva if you want. Just make sure the text and important elements stays inside the pink lines, okay? Once everything's perfectly aligned, download it as a PDF print. And there you go. You've just designed a book that's ready to compete with those bestsellers. Now head over to Amazon KDP, upload your files, and here's a pro tip. Use the same categories your competitors are using. That's how you land in front of the right audience, okay? Crazy how easy this has become with AI, right? Now, for instance, if you manage to publish about 10 books, and let's say only 6 of them are making around 3 sales a day each at an average price of $7 per book, right? That's already about $126 a day. Now, if you keep that up over the course of the month, you're looking at close to $4,000 in passive income, all from just a side hustle. How crazy is that? Now remember, your prompt is absolutely free, okay? And all I ask in return is smash that like button and share this video with someone who might need it. Catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.